Hi, welcome back on this video series on high performance computing cluster. So in the previous video, we talked about what is a high performance computing cluster is, what are the key components. We talked about some aspects about different partitions and queues. What are those? We also talk about what is a what is a head node, login node, or submit node is, and what are its purposes are. And then we also talk about where the data storage where data storage devices are located. Then I introduced you the basic layout of Xanadu cluster. I introduced you about different partitions. Those are available on Xanadu cluster. Then I'll also talk about the login node or the submit node. Those are three distinct nodes. The first two nodes, Xanadu submit external and Xanadu submit internal, is to log in into the cluster to use the resources, where the transfer node is in place to basically for transferring data in and out of the cluster. So if you look into the resources wise, or basically the kind of computational resources that are available on the submit nodes, those are pretty small. These numbers might be different, but they are not really strong machines, big machines. They're possibly, so in these ones I'm putting like 4 CPUs, they may be a little bit more, and 8 gigabytes of RAM. But if you look into the compute nodes, much bigger in configuration. They have CPUs anything from 32 to 64, and their memory ranges from 256 to about 2 terabytes of RAM. So in terms of if you want to do our computational analysis, definitely we would like to carry out one of the compute nodes, but not on the submit node. So we'll talk about how to do that. But the one thing which I want to highlight is that these submit nodes are not really powerful machines, and that's why we strongly discourage anyone to run any kind of analysis on these particular submit nodes. The one aspect which I want to highlight in this particular short video is about how further these submit node, external and internal submit nodes are split into virtual submit nodes. So here I've shown all those three submit nodes distinctly. So Xanadu submit external, Xanadu submit internal, and transfer. So the first Xanadu submit external and Xanadu submit internal, these two submit nodes are further split into 5 virtual submit nodes, and they are labeled as HPC EXT1 to EXT5, and or from HPC INT1 to HPC INT5. So those the reason why they are put in having these 5 independent virtual submit nodes is to basically load balancing. At the same time, if any of the submit nodes fails or has some issues, we can actually reboot without affecting other users which might be kind of getting connected to the system with one of the other virtual submit nodes. So have that in mind, that there are virtual submit nodes, and we will see that when we log in into and try to use command to assess where we are on the submit node, we will see possibly one of these variables being getting displayed. So I want to introduce this particular fact that there are virtual submit nodes. That's the basic concept I wanted to introduce in this particular video.